Open your kitchen cupboard and look at the cereal boxes. You will notice bright cartoons, health ticks, and wholesome promises stare back at you. But flip any box over and much of the truth is tucked away in tiny print. Under whole grain claims, you'll often find long ingredient lists, artificial colors, anti-caking agents, and added sugars. Millions of British families pour these refined grains into bowls each morning, believing they're feeding nutrition. The reality is different. A lot of what's sold as breakfast is effectively a sugar-heavy dessert dressed up as food. In this video, I'll show you 7 cereals I think you should avoid, explain exactly why they're a poor choice, and give you clear, practical alternatives. I'll also teach you how to read a cereal label so you can spot the difference between real food and marketing. By the end, you'll know which brand coming in at number 1 probably lives in your kitchen, and why you should think twice before pouring it into a bowl. Number 7. Tesco Corn Flakes. These cornflakes look like a simple, budget-friendly choice for families. A sensible breakfast. Plain box, simple branding, budget price. But cornflakes are made from refined maize that's been stripped of fiber, vitamins, and natural oils, then cooked and flaked under high heat. The ingredient list reads like maize, sugar, salt, barley malt extract, followed by synthetic vitamins such as niacin, riboflavin, thiamine, folic acid, vitamin D, and B12. Those added vitamins aren't charity. They're there because the refining process removed the natural nutrients. What's left is mostly starch formed into flakes, a high glycemic product that spikes blood sugar almost as fast as sugar itself. Cornflakes have a glycemic index in the high range. They give a quick hit and then a fast drop. That's not a steady morning fuel. Number 6. Asda Choco Snaps. Asda Choco Snaps are cheap, colorful, and explicitly aimed at kids who won't touch plain cereal. The single problem is the sugar. Many versions contain around 30 to 36 grams of sugar per 100 grams. That means a typical 40-gram bowl delivers roughly 12 grams of sugar, about 3 teaspoons before the school day starts. The ingredients are mostly rice, sugar, glucose syrup, and fat-reduced cocoa powder, plus added vitamins. The chocolate flavor comes from cocoa and flavoring, not real chocolate. The result is a rapid sugar spike followed by a crash. Kids get hyper for a short time and then become irritable and distracted. This is sugar marketed to children as breakfast, and it takes up half of a child's daily sugar allowance in one serving. Number 5. Kellogg's Frosties. Frosties have been a children's staple for decades, but they are cornflakes coated in sugar. The sugar content is often around 35 to 37 grams per 100 grams, more than many donuts. A 40-gram bowl can deliver nearly 15 grams of sugar, about 4 teaspoons. Frosties dissolve sugar into the milk, creating sweet sugar milk that kids often drink along with the flakes. Tony the Tiger sells a feeling of energy and fun. But that marketing masks the basic fact. This is sugar delivery at breakfast. Habitual consumption teaches kids to crave sweet breakfasts and undermines concentration and energy across the morning. Number 4. Nestle Cookie Crisp. Cookie Crisp isn't pretending to be subtle. It's literally mini cookies in a box. But that's the point. The cereal is structured like a biscuit, not a whole grain breakfast. Sugar content is typically very high, around the mid-30s grams per 100 grams, and the ingredients read like a cookie recipe. Wheat flour, sugar, chocolate bits, glucose syrup, and vegetable oil, with synthetic vitamins tacked on. In milk, it quickly turns to a sweet mush. Parents buy it thinking, at least they're eating something. But feeding children something that is effectively biscuit dough for breakfast is not the same as giving them real, sustaining nutrition. Number 3. Kellogg's Special K. Special K has long been marketed as a diet cereal and positioned toward weight-conscious consumers. The brand's image, slim packaging, calorie-conscious serving sizes, and diet plans makes people believe it's a healthy slimming option. In practice, a typical portion is deliberately small to keep calories down, and the cereal is based on refined rice and wheat gluten with added vitamins. It's low in fiber and often low in protein, so you feel hungry again within an hour. The diet effect comes from calorie restriction, not from providing lasting nutrition. If you're relying on Special K to stay full, you'll likely find yourself reaching for snacks before lunchtime. Number 2. Nestlé Fitness. At the top of this list is Nestlé Fitness, a brand that uses the language and imagery of health and exercise to imply a fit, nutritious choice. The name and packaging are designed to make you associate the cereal with fitness, yet many varieties contain substantial amounts of sugar and refined ingredients. You'll often find whole grain wheat listed first, which allows the brand to make whole grain claims, but sugar, glucose syrup, and refined rice follow close behind. Some versions contain double-digit sugar levels per 100 grams. The result is a product that looks healthy on the front and performs like a sugary breakfast on the back. Fitness here is primarily marketing. The formula is a refined, sweetened grain product with synthetic vitamins. Number 1. Malt Oatmeal Marshmallow Mateys. At the very top of this list sits Malt Oatmeal Marshmallow Mateys, a cereal that deliberately uses fun, child-appealing packaging like pirate themes, bright colors, and colorful rainbow marshmallows to make it look like an exciting breakfast adventure for kids. The box screams treasure hunt and sweet toasted oat flavor with hidden marshmallows, positioning it as a playful, family-friendly treat any time of day. Yet when you turn the box around, the reality is very different. You'll usually see whole grain oat flour listed first, around 48% in current UK versions sold at Morrisons and others, which lets the brand highlight whole grain on the front. But right after that comes sugar, 21%, marshmallows, 18%, made mostly of sugar, glucose syrup, dextrose, and gelatin. Glucose syrup, wheat starch, plus artificial colors, tartrazine, E102, sunset yellow, E110, brilliant blue, E133, allura red, E129, some of which may affect children's activity and attention. The sugar content is staggering, 41 grams per 100 grams, of which sugars in the current Morrisons, Chung's, Tesco available versions. That's over 40% sugar by weight, a figure that matches the 40.2 grams per 100 grams flagged as the worst offender in action on Sugar's 2019 survey of child-appealing cereals, and still referenced as a benchmark because it hasn't seen major reformulation. For a typical 30-gram serving, what most people pour for a child, that's around 12 grams of sugar, about 3 teaspoons, before you've even added milk. For context, the NHS recommends children aged 7 to 10 have no more than 24 grams of added sugar in a whole day. One bowl and you're already halfway there. Compare that to something like McVitie's Milk Chocolate Digestives, a classic biscuit treat, around 28.5 grams sugar per 100 grams. Marshmallow Mateys has more sugar than chocolate digestives, yet it's sold as a breakfast cereal, not a dessert. The result is a product that looks fun and innocent on the front of the box, but behaves like candy-level sugar once poured into the bowl. If you're buying this for little ones, flip the box and decide for yourself. Why so many cereals are like this? Cereal companies have spent decades normalizing ultra-processed grain products, loading them with sugar and using health claims or friendly mascots to make them palatable, especially to children. When manufacturers refine grain, they remove the fiber and many nutrients. Those nutrients are then added back in synthetic form to meet legal standards. The net result is food that looks nutritious on a label but is engineered to be cheap, palatable, and habit-forming. How to read a cereal label. Quick guide. Make label reading your habit. Here's a simple checklist. Ingredients first, not the front cover. If sugar, glucose syrup, or syrup appears in the first 3 ingredients, that's a red flag. Real cereals are oats, whole grains, nuts, seeds, fruit, and maybe honey. If the list is 12 to 20 items long, it's probably ultra-processed. Anything over approximately 15 grams per 100 grams is getting high. 25 to 35 grams per 100 grams is dessert territory. Look for synthetic vitamins. If niacin, riboflavin, thiamine, folic acid, and the like are present, the base ingredient was likely stripped of nutrients and then fortified. That's not inherently bad, but it's a signal the product is highly processed. Fiber and protein matter. Aim for higher fiber, 3 grams plus per serving, and reasonable protein. Those keep you full. If a bowl has 1 gram fiber and 2 grams protein, it won't satisfy you for long. Don't let colorful packaging and health claims do the thinking for you. Next time you're in the cereal aisle, do 3 things. Turn the box over, read the first 3 ingredients, and check the sugar per 100 grams. Walk away from products where sugar or glucose syrup is near the top of the list. If this video changed the way you see breakfast, share it with someone who still pours Special K or Crunchy Nut on autopilot. Tell me in the comments which box you're ditching first. And if you want, I'll follow up with a short list of quick, affordable breakfasts that actually keep you full until lunch.